Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Cardano family and ADA holders, welcome in, welcome in. All right, and this is not going to be the video that we talk about Cardano hitting all-time highs, hitting some crazy price predictions. We're going to get into kind of what's happening behind the scenes, because in the last week or so, we have seen a lot of whales swimming. So I want to talk about kind of what we're seeing at the top in terms of ADA holders and why we're witnessing a 15% drop off in the prior week as whales are continuing to dump ADA. All right, so I want to talk to you about that. I want to share with you guys kind of my convictions and my sentiment involving ADA, because if you guys watch my stuff, you know what I hold within Cardano, why I talk about Cardano every single day. And if you come here for your ADA news and information, appreciate you all. Thank you for coming back, and I welcome you. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, join us, completely free to do so. Also, be sure to follow me on X, where we do post on there from time to time. And let's get into the discussion, okay? So we are going to talk about this 15% drop, as over in the last week we have seen whales continuing to sell. But the big conversation right now, as we are looking into some of the cryptos in the top 10, Bitcoin 85.2 on the charts, Ethereum 2200, but Cardano right here is listed in the top 10, still 9th, 63 cents. Now, the nice thing about Cardano, and guys, this is probably going to come as a little comic relief for most of you watching, it's always been that crypto that has not went up 20%, but it has not been the crypto to ever be known to stay down 20% too long, okay? And we have a lot of things happening, a lot of moving parts at the top, right? We have the tariff talks. We had all the meme coin mania that kind of sucked the liquidity out of the utility plays and a lot of these stronger layer ones and all the conviction plays that you can probably lump Cardano into that discussion. But as it stands today, guys, I'm very kind of happy on the flatness that we've had. We've given back all the gains. I know we are down 35% on the month, roughly, but still only being down 3.1%. It's underperforming the rest of the market over the last 365 days, but it is still something where Cardano, have we really hit the altcoin season? Have we really hit the bull season? Probably not. If you look at the numbers, probably not. So that is some kind of a silver lining to hang our hats on. That's what I want to share with you guys. And it's going to be something where, as we get into this discussion about what the whales are doing, please keep in mind that I am bullish on Cardano. None of this is financial advice. Always be sure to do your own research and due diligence as we navigate our way through the crypto world. But that's kind of where we're at, all right? So this is kind of where we're seeing 30% or 34% was the price impact roughly over the last month, and over 15% in the last week. The market cap for ADA still sitting at $22 billion roughly. It has been under that $1 threshold for over a month, reflecting even more of a bearish sentiment. But as we look into kind of what's happening with ADA, the downturn has been very strong. Now, this is something where as we look into the ADX, okay, now that metric is currently sitting at 46.8. It has risen sharply from 10.3 on February 23rd. And as we look at the ADX, which is the average directional index, that's measuring the strength of a trend without indicating its direction. So within this technical metric, we look into kind of the range that it lies in. If it's above 25, that's a strong trend, and values below 20 suggest a weak or non-trending market. Now, above 40 indicates a very strong trend, showing that the market participants are highly confident in the current price movement, okay? So basically an unbiased way of saying it's bearish or bullish, okay? But within the price going down and having that ADX up, that's kind of indicating that a lot of traders are very confident in the price having a downtrend in that bearish momentum. Now, that's kind of where we look in the whale movements, and we talked about this. This is the lowest level since early January, okay? So that's going to account for the addresses between 1 million and 10 million ADA. That's been steadily decreasing over the past week, dropping from 2,477 to 2,454 currently, the lowest level since January 9th. Now, I do always say follow the whales, follow the money. You want to track the big wallet movements, and this is something within these new addresses. Whales are either reducing positions or distributing their holders, which can indicate a bearish sentiment. Liquidations will shortly happen, therefore, after. But as we look into this, guys, in this data from Sentiment, the sharp decline in the number of whales is increasingly indicating that there's a lot of selling pressure, further indicating more decline in Cardano's price. Not a good sign, okay? This is not FUD. I'm not here to say, hey, everybody sell your ADA immediately, okay? I'll never tell you guys to buy or sell a crypto. I can tell you guys what I'm doing. A lot of my crypto right now is stabled up. I'm kind of reducing exposure, sitting on the sidelines, whatever you want to call it. But I'm waiting for that push where we do get this swing in the market where I think everything does turn bullish. I personally do fall into that category where I view that we have not seen the altcoin season. We have not seen the bull market. We kind of just hit a rocky, tumultuous kind of landing since Trump has arrived in Washington. I think that's had that trickle-down effect from a more macro stance into all of the assets, not just Cardano. And we talk about American-based, and so Cardano does have a leg up in that regard. But it's something where as we look into this narrative, I don't think it's something that we can necessarily think that we're out of the woods because of that, because I think what we have going on at the top, there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of people that are not willing to jump into the volatile waters of crypto at this very moment in time. But I'll say it again, you want to be buying crypto, in my opinion, when everybody else is not. It's a tried and true method. When there's blood in the streets, that's when you buy more, okay? Michael Saylor deploys that tactic within MicroStrategy, acquiring Bitcoin at milestone levels. And I think that Cardano, lacking probably that appeal to the person that's just getting into crypto, that's kind of where they do fall short in that regard. It's not the one where you go into a bar and you ask, the 5 people next to you, hey, what crypto do you own? It'd probably be a very hard discussion. I'd be interested to know those results to see if people actually even know what Cardano is at this moment in time. But I believe in their tech. I believe in kind of what they bring to the table. I think that the ecosystem is strong. They just take a different approach. And I think it's just a way that it all boils down to what kind of crypto do you want to own? Do you want to own utility plays, conviction plays that do have more of a long-term outlook? Or do you just want to have that fast, shiny car that just everybody's turning to get rich quick, okay? But this aside, and all that bearish news kind of at the back burner, can Cardano return to that $1 psychological level, okay? Well, if we look into the EMA lines, we continue to show a bearish setup with the short-term lines positioned below the long-term lines, which could indicate ongoing downward momentum, okay? So this is kind of where you have to look at 50 cents being the next level, the next floor, if you will, I should say. It's a very crucial support level, so we'll see what happens as that 50 cents threshold is tested. But from right here, guys, I think that it's going to be rough. It's going to be rocky for the short term, so let's keep that in mind as we trade. Stay vigilant out there. And this is something where if Cardano wants to get back to $1, we do need to break through that resistance that we have showed right on this graph at 65 cents. And then from there, guys, we can talk about returning to this level that we saw back in December, January, and a little bit before that where Cardano was trading above $1 on the charts. So that's what I wanted to bring to the table, guys, a little bit of a discussion. I know this wasn't the flashy, Cardano to the moon kind of discussion, but we need to have these talks. And you want to know where the money's headed in crypto, follow the whales. And right now the whales are selling Cardano at significant levels, so I felt relevant to bring this to your guys' attention. Appreciate you guys giving me a couple minutes of your time. If you have not done so already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, join us on the channel, and we'll see you all in the next video. Have a great rest of your weekend. Cheers.